Hi there crafters, it's Louise with you today on behalf of Kreations, Chipboard and Lasercuts. And I have created a page which I've titled That's My Boy, and this layout is going to feature a couple of new releases from the Kreations website. So you'll find the black cardstock Chevron and the You're Awesome because chipboard. Now I'm going to try a couple of different techniques here. One of them is not going to work, so we're going to go through that in the video, but I am going to show you how I'm going to treat these chipboards. So in this case, I've actually removed the chipboard from its outline, but in hindsight, I probably should have left it in because it does become a little bit weaker, so it sort of moves around a little bit more when it's outside of that chipboard protective piece. So when it comes to adding mediums like what I'm doing here, it is a lot easier to work with when you have it still in its chipboard case. So that's my hot tip. Here is the chevron piece, and what I'm going to do is try and use that in a background in a different way around the page. And I love the way the black chevron really has this sort of great pop to the background. And you can see I've lined up my distress inks at the bottom there. I'm going to create sort of a background using those distress inks in the colors that I've chosen. So a blue, green, yellow and orange. And I'm going to do that with the packaging technique. So just adding a little bit of that distress ink onto that packaging, a spritz of water, and then spreading that color around the page. As you can see, the blue is quite light, and I'm going to go back later and redo that blue. But for now, while that's drying, I'm actually going to add some white gesso to my title and chipboard pieces. And that's just because whatever colour I decide to add to those chipboard pieces, you'll get a lot truer colour if you add the white gesso. So if you put colour straight over the sort of the brown of the chipboard, you never get that true colour. Whereas for me, I like to have the colour exactly as I see it. So I use the white gesso to prep, so to speak, that chipboard. So there we go. I've got the orange and yellow off to the right, and as you can see, I've darkened up that blue a little bit, and I really like the way this is coming along. So I'm just going to let that dry naturally, and I'm going to work on my photo here. So just adding some black behind it, which is going to help lift the photo away from the background, but also away from the chevron as well. So it's sort of what I'm trying to do here is blend these colors and this layout so that it looks appealing, but not have all of the layers sort of fall into one. Now, the You're Awesome because chipboard idea I had was to cover it first with the black ink, and then I was going to use white on the You're Awesome because, but it didn't actually work out that way. So I actually went over it with a dark black pen, and you can see it a lot better in real life. It doesn't show up well on the film or on the photos, but you get the idea. Okay, now this is all dry, so I'm starting to put this layout together. I've got You're Awesome because, and I've chosen this photo because Master Z loves fruit. So that's what this whole layout is about. It's You're Awesome because you love fruit, and I'm using the title That's My Boy to actually enhance that a little bit as well. Now with a couple of strips of washi tape that I've just torn down the middle, I'm going to add that to the top and bottom of the page. Again, this is sort of just framing that layout that I've created. I want to draw the attention to the colors in the middle, and for me, when I look at a page, I find it more pleasing when it's sort of a little bit more rounded, either with a border around the outside, mounted on cardstock, or in this case, that washi at the top and bottom sort of finishes that layout. Now off camera, I've grabbed a couple of items from my stash in terms of matching the colors. So I've got something in blue, something in that sort of green or turquoise. I've got a yellow, and I've also got some orange that I'm going to add here shortly. I'm adding a couple of little stamped stars, again just with the black because I've got lots of color on this layout. I'm really just enhancing that with black. And what I'm trying to do with my That's My Boy title is use my distress crayons to sort of blend those colours across like I've done on the page. So starting with blue, going to green, then yellow and orange, but it just really was not working for me. So I go to my good old favourite, which is to heat emboss just with some plain gold embossing powder. I shouldn't say plain, gold is never plain, but you get the idea. And that's going to finish off the title for the page. So thanks for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed seeing me create this page. Pop on over to Kinder Kreations either on Facebook, website, hit the little subscribe button for me to see my future YouTube videos, and I will chat to you next time.